Fantastic day, everybody. It's Leo here. Welcome to the weekly Power Up and Market Update. It is September 21st, 2020, and we are almost done with the month. We're heading into October. Man, the time is moving fast. I don't know about you guys, but my experience of time has literally changed. I was just talking to one of my good friends. I'm like, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what month it is. The sense of time, the fabric of time has completely altered for me. And I feel like that's the common denominator for a lot of people out there. So, man, excited to share with you guys today, but just, getting present to time, how that's changed for us. So the intention is to empower you to be inspired and resourceful, to be the greatest benefit to everyone. And it's really important for us to know exactly what's going on with the market, what's going on with numbers and real estate, because what do we want to do? We want to make sure that we empower our clients with the best information possible. So my intention is to deliver that information here for you today, and also lead it into a powerful talk that I prepared for you guys. And the subject is being authentically you. And I was going to put in there, being authentically you is your superpower, or, because it really is, being authentically you is your energy signature. It's who you are. And what I think is going on in the world a lot right now is that we do have very visibly, we have a lot of leaders. We can go look on the phone, and we could find hundreds and thousands and millions of people, from all walks of life. And they look a certain way, they talk a certain way, they act a certain way. And what I want to, just kind of create is that it's really confusing if you are really trying to be yourself authentically, if you're constantly looking at images of what you should be like and what you think you should be like it, and not being the person that you actually are, right? Because social media, that's the one thing, social media and the media period, they portray and they put up on a pedestal, these individuals that are, gaining, the most attention. And, there's 7 billion of us here on the planet, and all of us look different. Every single one of us thinks differently. There's not one human being, even identical twins. If you look at identical twins, they're identical, but there's still something different from each one of them. So the intention of what I want to create here is to be authentic. Being authentically you is your superpower, because that's what I'm sure you've met someone and you're like, oh my God, that person has presence, that person has energy, that person is charismatic, right? And you're trying to figure out, you're like, what is it? Why is it that that person is charismatic? Like, what is it about that? And what it is that they're being authentically themselves. That's really what it is, right? When you're trying to play a role and you're trying to be someone that you're not, then you're not going to have the energy, the conviction, the presence that you're looking for, because you're trying to be someone that you're not. So being authentically you, it's just, you're already yourself, period, right? Because you already are there. But the thing is that yourself is behind the scenes of all of the different layers that you add on to the reality of what you think you should be or what you think you should do. And you put the expectations and the projections of society, the people you love the most. It's in every direction. This entire culture, from the moment that you're born, the first thing that they do is they say, hey, you know what? This is your name. This is where you were born. And, they're already starting to chip away at the identity that they're creating for yourself. And then you start to get older, and then your parents start to tell you, hey, you know what? This is good. This is bad. This is good. This is bad. This is good. This is bad. You should do this and you should do that. And then you see other kids being rewarded for certain things. You're like, oh my God, I got to be like that if I want to get more attention. So by the time you get into your 20s, you're basically a combination of all of those different commands that been unconsciously planted into your mind. And that's what's really running the show, right? And unless you develop yourself, unless you put yourself in a program where you're going to be working on peeling a lot of those layers back, you're going to be walking around life thinking that that's authentically yourself. But in reality, that's what happens with people that have like midlife crisis. They end up being somebody that they're not for so long, and then you know, your soul can only take so long, and there is going to get to the point where like, I've had enough, you know, and I can't continue to like maintain this image. So being authentically you is your superpower, because you don't have to work at it. You don't have to try anything. And, you know, we're going to live life. It's going to be what, 100 years or, you know, 80 years, 120 years, whatever the case is, you know, however many years God gives us here. And if you're going to be here during that time, might as well enjoy the process, because this is your dream. Like, this is your life. You know, this is your like movie, right? When we sit down and watch movies at nighttime or in the morning, whenever, you know, we're watching the life of someone. And I want to ask you, if are you living the life of yourself, and are you actually happy every single day? Because if you are not happy every single day, then you're, you know, and I'm not saying you got to be happy every single day, because obviously there's stuff that happens, right? Stuff happens in life and it takes you off your game, you know, but I'm saying like, you definitely want to make sure that the context and your aim is to be happy, right? And if you're not happy, then I think that should be your number one mission, right? Your number one priority. Like, you know, I write my goal and my goals every day is just be happy with who I am, what I do, how I show up for other people. Because I know that when I'm happy and I'm playful and I'm energetic, that's when I am at my best, because that's when the energy that I am is actually showing forward. So, you know, just peel the onion layers back, become authentically yourself. And guess what? This is going to impact your life and your business, especially because business is done with people that are, you know, that are going to be energetic, and people that want to work with somebody. They're like, hey, you know what? That person is confident. That confidence comes from you being authentically yourself. So just wanted to create that conversation. And if you want it, if you're interested in you know, just being yourself authentically at the highest level, then just that you work on yourself, like read books, or, you know, there's a course that I've taken that's called Landmark Education. That course is amazing. That, you know, you want to do something like that, or there's others out there, but just do something so you can get, you know, you can create some space from who you are to what you think you are, because your mind is going to trick you to think that you're something that you're not. And the mind is anchored in survival. So that's the conversation I have for you to hear today. Let me go ahead and go into the next slide here. This is the weekly market update. So this is what happened here last week in real estate. So 9/14 to 9/21, 1 week's you know, activity. How many active listings, pendings, closed, and the volume. So I'm going to go through 5 counties. First one I'm going to go through is Los Angeles County. We got 10,000 homes available. We have 10,000 in escrow, 980 closed in 1 week. A million 26 is the average price, and $1.6 billion in volume. So over $1 billion just in LA. And then if we move down to Orange County, we have 4,200 homes available, 4,400 in escrow, and 741 closed in 1 week. 976,000 is the average price, 722 million in volume. Pretty high there for Orange County. It's actually, it's the highest that I've seen in a while. San Bernardino, you got 2,600 homes available, 4,800 in escrow, 571 homes closed in 1 week, 266 million closed in volume in San Bernardino County. And then you got Riverside County, you got 4,358 homes available, 6,000 in escrow, 759 sold, 517 is the average price, and $392 million in volume. So that's what happened in those 4 counties. Now we're going to be moving on to San Diego County. Pretty consistent, 4,100 homes available, 5,300 in escrow, and 435 homes sold in 1 week. Average price is $855,000, 372 million in volume. So that's the totals of the 5 counties. And thank you for listening to that information. My intention is to keep you empowered every single week with that. And here's what happened in the expired market. 418 homes expired off market. So that means that they need your help as a real estate agent, as an advisor, as a professional. You need to get out there and communicate with these clients that the market is amazing. But I will tell you this, the market's not going to be like this forever, right? You already know that the market can't continuously go up. It cannot continuously have multiple offers, continuously have everything sell above asking price. The market is at a perfect moment right now with interest rates, low inventory, and a ton of buyers. So your sellers need to position their homes on the market now. They cannot wait and think about, hey, let's see what happens later. It's not going to be a good idea. You want to have them put their house on the market now. If you're a seller listening to this, get your home on the market now. Unless you were intending on staying there for the next 5 to 10 years, then you're good to go. But if you really are going to be thinking of selling, now, 6 months, a year from now, you really, really, really got to get your home on the market ASAP. So this is what happened with EXP. We just surpassed 35,000 agents. That's outstanding. We just surpassed 35,000 agents. Our stock is currently at $38.41. So it is a little bit lower. It's by $4 lower, but still $38 a share, which is outstanding. We currently have in California 4,836 agents, so almost 5,000, and we're up from last week by 120 agents. So just in our marketplace, we have 100 to 120 agents joining our company every single week. So that's a pretty significant number of agents. So it's just, it's every single week. I'm doing these numbers every week, and it's a big movement out there. So make sure you're having conversations with your friends out there in the biz, because there's a lot of people that are curious about a company and they're leaving a lot on the table if they're not part of this company. Honestly, this is like, if you're a real estate agent, you're leaving a massive opportunity on the table if you're not part of EXP. Interest rates are fluctuating between 2.5 to 3.5%. Been very consistent as well, which is another reason why the market is in an awesome position right now, because everybody is motivated because of the interest rate. Money is not to borrow money doesn't cost that much. So that's why you have the activity that you have. So, that's why it makes sense to either buy or sell right now. So let me go to the next slide here. The next slide. What's going on here? Why isn't it going? Give me 1 second. Boom. Present review, responsive. Wait. Let me just wait for my pages. Let me actually refresh. Yeah, we have a technical difficulty here with my page. Give me a second. All right, interest rate. So we're on the interest rate page. And while this loads, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. So let me go ahead and exit the page. Okay, let me go ahead and bring it back up right now. Let me go to the presenter view. I don't know what happened here. This is the first time this has ever happened. Let me go ahead and, it might be my internet connection or something. We will get started shortly. Give me 1 second. All right, there we are. Perfect. We're back. That's how life is, right? So use your My Living calendar, text calendar to 949-799-4885 if you want to get on my calendar. And that's how simple it is. Literally, you get an instant response. The upcoming events, we have the Flow Mondays. We have breath work at 10 o'clock. KV Core Mastermind at 11 o'clock on Wednesday, and on Friday, like always, we have an amazing EXP introduction at 10 o'clock. So make sure that you invite all of your friends to that event, because it's going to be super powerful. And I do it every single week at 10 o'clock, guys. So, I mean, if you're not inviting people to it, it's just the simplest thing. If you're having a conversation with an agent, you're on the other side of the transaction, whether you be a buyer's agent or a listing agent, and say, hey, I would love your opinion about my company. Can you check out a very powerful webinar and give me your honest opinion? That's it. Don't try to sell them anything. Literally invite them to a webinar, or ask them if they can't make it to that live webinar, send them a webinar, to their phone, send them over a powerful video, and then have them see it. So what will you create this week? How many listings will you sign? How many open escrows will you open? Closings and agent count. Like, are you going to add any agents to your team? Any extra closings to your business? You just want to get clear and specific and continuously show up to those activities and to your goals. And if you don't have a clear and powerful, concise goal, then it's like if you're navigating without a map. So who I am is the possibility of being potent and playful. How appropriate for today's little interruption here on my slideshow. I got to stay playful and potent. Potent means powerful. It means, continuous. And so those are the two words that I chose for myself for this week, but that doesn't mean that that's what you have to choose. So whatever words resonate true for you and how you want to be this week, maybe you want to create a possibility of being empowered, resourceful, loving, caring. I don't know. I mean, you create it. You create it from your, whatever resonates with your soul. So that's my possibility of being this week. And your focus and my focus and our focus is to create your day. Make sure you write this down. I mean, and I spent my Sunday basically crafting out my week, because that's what you should do, right? It's like, you want to make sure you have a map for the whole week, right? So it's good to do it on Sundays. If you didn't do it yesterday, make sure that you do it today. You plan out the entire week and follow your plan. Allow that plan to dictate your day. Keep yourself in an empowering state, because if you're not empowered, you can have the best system and the best formula and the best opportunity. But if you don't feel like it, if you don't even feel like waking up out of bed, then you're not going to take action on anything you want, right? And then have integrity around your commitments, because one of the things that gets me in a good mental space is showing up to what I say I'm going to do, right? Like if I say I'm going to show up to a meeting like this, or I have another appointment, like I know if I show up, I'll feel good about myself regardless of the outcome of the meeting. I know that I gave my word to do something. So because I show up to it, then I feel empowered. So that's how you're going to keep yourself empowered. If you're lacking motivation, or you're you're not feeling totally empowered, look at your life and see where you are out of integrity, where maybe you gave your word to something and you're not doing exactly what you said you were going to do. And just get in conversation and recommit yourself. Because if you have these little leaks in your life and you just kind of want to continue to move forward and create new commitments with other people, it's not going to work, because in the background you have those leaks. So make sure you get in communication so you can keep yourself empowered, and just have at least 30 conversations every day. If you want to really blow up your business, it's the most essential thing, is having new conversations with people that want to buy and sell every day. Do 2 or more social media posts. Don't be a secret agent. Digital door knocking, use KV Core, and be empathetic and see how you can be a resource to your clients.